Good morning.
Good morning.
No, I'm not going to do all that.
Why not? Go on.
No, I think we should say something twice, like Adam says, to give a chance to.
Twice.
You should say something at the start.
Right, go on, you
Look
do.
at my hair.
Well, I was just looking. I've seen you doing your hair for a long time. And the little curls.
I know, it's starting to look good.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, go on. You can. Would you like to start?
No,
Why?
I feel nervous.
Okay.
Good morning.
Hi, welcome back to our channel. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Ade.
And we just thought we'd have a little sit down, a bit of a chat. It's been a few weeks since we've done this and quite a lot has been happening since. So we just thought we'd say hello, check in with you, see how things are doing and say hello and just give you an update.
You've got a list, haven't you?
I have got a little list. Today would have been the day we were flying home from Orlando, which I'm quite pleased that we're not doing that. Although we would have had a nice little holiday, I hate flying home. And we have had trips before where I've said, can't do this anymore. Do you remember like when we were at Dad's? I just said, I hate it. I just feel sick, absolutely sick. I hate everything about travelling home. It's not just leaving, it's just everything.
Although this trip I think would have been a bit different because we were just there for 6 days, the two of us. We hadn't done a road trip before, so we hadn't got like 5,000 kilos of luggage. About 14 suitcases. It would have been just like 3 or 4 suitcases.
I know,
so that's a lot for 6
even
days.
just the thought now makes my chest go funny. I hate it.
To me, it doesn't seem as daunting as the others. I think when we've done
it.
something like that and we've stayed at 6 different places in the time we've done and different flights and that, just purely doing a trip and coming home seems quite nice.
So obviously,
we didn't do that trip.
We didn't do that trip.
Nope.
We did back in the start of sort of like March time when we kind of thought things were going a bit funny. We did book another trip which we've told you about in June, which we're not planning on going, even if things were open, which I don't think they will be. But we'd already made the decision that we wouldn't actually go.
You may not have seen, but there was something on the news. I don't think it's direct from Disney, but talking about the plans of what they will do to open. I think it was generic, but there were sections that apply to theme parks. So for theme parks to be open, this is what they must do.
Okay.
So for example,
is that DWD news? That's quite a good one.
I can't remember, but I will dig it out. Might even add, well, whether there is a link or not. But there were things like, for example, on all turnstiles, there would always be a remote hand sanitizer, so no one's got to touch it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
If you've got food, takeout services, if there are tables, they have to put a sanitizer on every single table that's remote.
And I've heard about like the mobile ordering as well, so you just go and collect, you don't.
So they're starting to put stipulations in regard to that and what capacity they are.
Money-free.
But this is theme parks in general, so this hasn't come from Disney.
Oh, okay.
It's more, I think the US are
Makes
saying
sense.
they're stipulating different places, and I think it actually looks quite good in regards
to quite handy if it continued that way.
What's actually needs to be put in place by the places.
Okay.
A bit like in our supermarkets, they're only allowed a certain number of people in, and they're cleaning the trolleys. I guess they're just expanding what they need to do. So,
but yeah, we'd already said a few weeks ago, to be honest.
Oh yeah, sorry, June. Yeah.
Yeah, even if things were, we wouldn't want to go over at the moment.
The other thing as well, all employers have got to wear face masks.
Have they?
So if we would go, you'd probably have everyone with face masks on.
We've got a family trip in September, and we are keeping an open mind about that one. We're not cancelling it. I don't know. A lot changed in such a short amount of time with this happening. So we're still a few months off. So we're just keeping an open mind. However, as a family, we have made the decision that if there's no fireworks, if everyone has to wear masks and everything is quite, I don't know, we basically want to go when it feels magical. So if we feel that actually it's not going to be the trip that we want, we won't hesitate to cancel. We've said, haven't we?
We've said about the trip, I mean, who's going, haven't we?
Yeah,
before.
It's us and Louis' girlfriend Maisie.
Yeah, and Maisie hasn't done
Maisie
Disney
hasn't
before,
been before. We want it to be, if it was just the two of us, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah,
I'd happily just hang out at the resort. I really would, and just go for
or
walks.
even go in the parks, even if we couldn't get on rides or things like that. Even
just grab a coffee. If it was the two of us, it feels different with it being a family trip, and even more different because it's Maisie's first time. I want her to have that magic. So if that means waiting 6, 7, 8 months, I would rather do that and let Maisie have the trip that she deserves, to be honest. She's been so looking forward to this.
Yeah, and I think if it's us two as well, I also feel that it's something, it'll be different if it was us two and there were still sort of summer restrictions, but also I feel you need to support things to try and get things going again. So I think you can't boycott everything. You've got to kind of, like we said over here, we sort of can't wait for things to maybe start opening so we can start to support industries again.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
That's
it's
what's
important.
going to be needed, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
but with regards to family updates, everything's still pretty much the same.
You're still working?
With us.
I'm still working.
The kids are still doing their 2 shifts a week at Waitrose.
And sleeping a lot.
Holly's still doing uni work. She's still getting all her assignments in, so that's exciting for her. So not a lot has really changed there.
No, I mean, so work. You're working. You're busy. I'm working. I'm reasonably busy. Said I wouldn't say too much about it, but I have had my work week reduced. But I'm fortunate that there is work, so I'm pleased with that.
And you're using holiday to make up the time, aren't you?
Yeah, we're able to do that. So it isn't being furloughed, but it's like an employee retention sort of thing. So just trying to avoid any further type of action. So I'm working, but I would always work 9-day fortnights, but now I'm getting every Friday off, so which is quite nice. So we have actually spent time doing some other things. Like
we've been gardening.
You went in the garden.
I went in the garden. We've been laughing. I think I went a couple of years without going in the back garden.
Yeah,
I think
purely because of work.
I just work such long hours, and usually we've got this big trip, this US trip. So for about 3-4 months before we go, I am so manic. I'm working like 16-hour days, 7 days a week, aren't I? To try and get everything ready before we go.
Well, you're often trying to do, it's like you have your period of your kits, don't you? So generally it's a cycle.
Kits,
it's almost like 2 weeks of, like, should we say, madness, and then 2 weeks you're still very busy, you're trying to prepare for the next one.
12-hour days, yeah.
But because we're going on a trip, and quite often either the kit needs to go out early, and depending on when we're going, it's a case of you need to try and do 2 kits in 1 month. So
yeah.
Probably 3-4 months before you're trying to do.
But then have the kit ready for the month when I get back. I have a craft subscription business, by the way, in case you don't know. It's a monthly kit that goes out. So, but then I also have my YouTube channel that gets fully scheduled, and my blog as well for whilst we're away. So it's crazy for me.
We're lucky we've got children that really help out, though, haven't we?
Don't go there. But yeah, so we have actually been trying to spend more time. I've been trying to ease off my work hours. I didn't do so well last week.
You actually had to sleep in the garden the other day.
I did. It was really warm.
It was really nice, wasn't it?
But yeah, we never used the garden. We might have...
I had to tell you to turn your head because you'd slept on one side for quite a while. I can imagine waking up and being one red and nothing that side.
But yeah, I haven't been properly in the garden for years. So we even Monday, it wasn't yesterday, Monday, a couple of days ago, we even did a bit of gardening.
Yeah, when we finished work, because we knew it was going to be bad weather for a week, so I cut the lawn, you did some weeding, cleared some leaves up, well, lots of leaves, wasn't it?
We've got a lot of trees around
And we
our garden.
planted some bits and pieces out. We bought a couple of fuchsias, didn't we?
You did the tomatoes.
I did the tomatoes. We bought some seedlings from Waitrose, didn't we? And they're in the downstairs toilet. Not actually in the toilet, but on the windowsill, because a bit of a sun trap there, and so it's nice and warm. But they've really grown in there. They've probably tripled in size. So I've planted those out. So we've got 4 that we've been put. Now last year we experimented. I put some at the front of the garden, in the front garden, and some in the back. We get more sun in the morning at the front, bits at the back.
Yeah.
And that sounds a bit boring, but because they grew better at the front, I've just put them all at the front this year.
But you've done it in the past where rather than having flower beds, we've had vegetable beds.
Yes.
And we've just had like broccoli growing and all kinds of things, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have loads, do we? We haven't got loads and loads of room to do things.
We don't have a big garden, thankfully, no.
But I think it's like tomato. I don't think you've probably shown photos, but we bought a raspberry plant last year and just put it by the front door. We've got a big pot. Last year, Yeah, got a few raspberries, didn't we? Probably about 10, 20
But they
maybe.
carried on, even like Christmas time. Yeah, we were still having raspberries
But
growing.
I then actually picked some off and just didn't bury them, just placed them around the soil, and they have now actually grown. And the size of it, it's kind of gone massive. So we've got to be a bit careful because I think that's going to overtake.
What else is on our list?
We talked about that.
Oh, Lollipop Box Club. So going back to my business, actually,
yes.
It's my 5th birthday on
Happy birthday.
Friday. Thank you. May the 1st. The company will have been going for 5 years. So to celebrate, I usually do a few bits and pieces, and there's like a celebratory one-off kit. I haven't done that at the moment. I'm putting a hold on that for the time being until everything calms down. The kit's about celebrating. And
yeah, it doesn't seem the right...
It's not. Yeah, so I thought, we'll let things calm and go back to normal a little bit, and then I'll release the celebrate kit. I think that's almost got a double meaning then as well. But I am going live in my chat group, the Lollipop Box Club chat group. I'm going live on Friday at... Is that Louis' alarm going off?
I don't know why he has it.
I don't know either. What is
By
the
the way,
time?
it's 11 o'clock in the morning. We might see him at 1.
Okay, and I'm going live in the chat group at 2 p.m. I did a little poll so everyone could vote their time. 2 p.m. was the most popular.
That's our time, isn't it?
Our time, UK time, and I'm going to be scrapbooking live. There's going to be a little challenge. So anyone that wants to join in can. I'm going to put the challenge up earlier on, actually. I might do that today.
Does that mean I can watch videos that day?
I'm only going to be in there an hour or two, not ages. But you can watch videos anyway. You don't need permission.
Don't I?
No. So come and join me. If you're a creative person, come and join me. I have actually got 2 chat groups. I've got the creative one and I've got the non-creative one, which is Life by Lisa. We are sharing loads of recipes at the moment. We're all going mad with our baking and our cooking, but there's lots of Disney talk. There's been some Disney inspired recipes as well. But generally it's more like a home place, talking organising, shopping, which obviously there's not much of that happening at the moment. But I'll leave both links below for you and come and join us if you fancy. Also just going to touch, I know a few people have asked about Poppy. Poppy's doing well with her walks now. She's better in the garden, isn't she? And she's, I think she's got herself into a little routine. She's our 12-year-old. What is she?
Dog.
Cavalier.
King Charles.
Yeah.
King Charles Cavalier.
I always get them all muddled up.
I know.
She's cute. She's asleep by us at the moment,
Yeah.
snoring. And family-wise, everyone's well. We've been keeping in contact with everybody. Obviously, Ade's mum and dad just live down the road, so Ade does their shopping and pops sort of by, and we leave cake on the doorstep and things like that. My family, we had so much fun the other night. We did on our WhatsApp group. It was us, my brother, and my sister and her husband. We all watched a scary movie together. My sister doesn't do scary movies. That was quite funny, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It was good, actually.
Annabelle
the Creation.
It was really good, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, actually. I'd like to watch the
Yeah.
others as well. So.
But no, so we're having fun with family and that. But is that everything on our list?
You talk about your dad?
Dad's doing well in the States. It seems to be the area that he's living in. He's right at the very bottom of Indiana. It's like a little tip, and it's literally 5 minutes into the Kentucky border, and he works in Kentucky. But it seems all pretty calm there, and like even he works for Ford as a
car salesman,
and they haven't even closed, but he's decided himself to stay home. And they've shut the showroom. They're working from outside, so paperwork and all that does undercover outside. But I'm really surprised, actually. But it all seems obviously
drive-throughs are open, aren't they?
Yeah, all of their drive-throughs are open, so they're still going out to get breakfast regular. I think they all wear face masks, but he seems really upbeat. We've been talking about him retiring. He's mid-60s now, and he hasn't wanted to. He is such a busy person. But he's actually loving it, isn't he? He's got like a workshop in his basement. He loves his 3D printer, and he's always got projects on the go.
He's really into I'd say technology is his thing. He's always been someone that's...
building computers, even like when we were kids.
Yeah, I mean, I think even when we were there, was it 2016? He was partway through installing CCTV in the house. And this was before a lot of the almost plug and play easy stuff that comes out, and he'd bought this from China, and there was no English in the manuals and everything, but it was a project for him, and he's got his cameras up, and it was mainly for looking the animals, wasn't it, outside?
Yeah,
and for security.
Yeah, they get a lot of possums. Yeah, it's actually because Dad works quite long hours, when he was working. So his wife spends quite a lot of time in the house on her own, and sometimes she felt a bit nervous. And it was so he could actually look in, and also when he visits us, it meant he could obviously, you know, be there if she needed him. But it's like one night, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and they had somebody trying to get in their back door. So they called the police, and it turned out to be somebody drunk, didn't it?
And it's where the house is. It's not like the back door is easily. Well, you can I say easily accessible.
A nice
You've got to
driveway
go right round.
But they've got a
the
big plot of land.
Yeah, you've got to purposely get round there to do it. It's not just like it's a side door that you kind of get to.
No, it's not at all.
But yeah, that was quite a...
Yeah, but it's like fascinating watching the possums on the video and all that kind of thing. It's quite cute. But yeah, so he's always busy, and he's loving his basement time, isn't he? They had a tornado come through recently, but thankfully they were fine.
Yeah.
But that's it. I think that's our update.
I think so, yeah. I think we're just sort of, yeah.
But we're staying really positive, aren't we? We're trying to have as much fun as we can, connecting with friends. We did a pub night. Sorry, I'm going to go croaky. We did a pub night with friends, didn't we? Where we all cooked and ate food together. There was the 6 of us on our WhatsApp group.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot going on, and we're not ignoring it, and we know there are things there. And I'd also like on that stage the fact that we are, I think, doing our thing as well. Like, I'm helping my parents out. You're helping a friend of yours, I think you mentioned before, is a nurse. And all of her the family are all either helping at a care home or in a hospital. And so you've been cooking for them maybe once a week.
Yeah, taking
just
a meal
to try
around.
and help out, because they're still working really long hours. So
and the kids are all still doing uni work as well.
So just trying to do our bit to help others where we can. So we're not out in the community as such, but we're also wanting to try and help where we can.
Yeah, just
in things like that.
Keep people's spirits high, sending out happy mail and leaving things on people's doorsteps, like that fake poo that we left on our friends.
Something else next.
I wanted to bake banana cakes.
You did actually, yeah.
Doorsteps.
The only thing you might need to do is actually let them know it's there. Especially where Russ and Johnny's are, the foxes will probably have it.
Yeah, well, obviously I'd text while I'm stood there. Anyway, we're going to say goodbye. We hope everything is well with you.
Yes.
Hope you've enjoyed our little chat, and let us know how you're doing, what's happening with you. Leave us a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. But thank you very much for watching.
Yep.
Oh, and the other thing, actually, one last thing. I'm going to start doing Disney Fridays on my channel. This is my channel. On the channel. I forgot that I was actually talking to the channel then. So we've still got some Disney vlogs to go, but we're going to start putting in some Disney Fridays. Could be Disney baking, Disney making, that kind of thing. So they will then start taking over when the Disney videos finish.
It could also be any Disney tips, tricks, or anything else like that. So also, if anyone's got any questions relating either to Disney, either you're planning to go, or you either have been and going again, or anything,
yeah, that's
basically.
a good idea. We could put some videos together.
Or travel in general. It doesn't have to be necessarily Disney. It's a case of whatever. Because again, we're looking forward to our next trip, as we always do. Whenever that may be. So, and I'm sure others are as well. So if there is anything and anyone wants a video about anything, I'm sure that we'll put some together.
Just let us know. But thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Thank you. Bye.